welcome. You are in for a spectacular time.
Remember when we used to dress up, to sit on the porch and tell old stories, then pontificate about the issues of the day? Because the porch was our TV show. And our conversation was social media. You remember when we used to take over the government road? Shoot marble and spin top and play hopscotch. Sun was dipping and Mama was calling us home. You remember? You remember when you used to borrow some sugar from your neighbor? And then you got a piece of the cake. You remember? Remember when Auntie used to keep a soup? Then she used to send you to the shop for sweet milk and tomato paste. You remember when guava duff was steamed? And Johnny Cake ain't had no coconut in it. And your peas and rice wasn't saying nothing unless it had salt beef. Y'all remember when the boy was standing on the burning dock in the Royal Reader, and newspaper was for reading, and John Canoe. Y'all remember Saturdays was for the Stop and Shop, and Father Keith's chicken in the bag. Ooh, and Sunday was for church and Sunday school. You know, we've kept some of our traditions, and others we swap for modern conveniences. But it is a good thing that we take time to reflect, and we never forget. That we never forget wherever we are. In Bainstown, in Lightfoot's Key, in West End, in Snug Corner Acklands, in Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, in Matthews Town, in Fox Hill, or right here in Lover's Lane, that we never forget. Regardless where we are in this country, we never forget how special and sweet it is to be Bahamian.
You hear me calling you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why you ain't come?
I feel like coming.
I can send my dog at you.
I don't care.
I can send my cat at you.
I don't care.
I can send my bookie at you.
I don't care.
Who man you them manners?
You and you.
Who man you them manners?
You and you.
Good evening, all. Well, We have Miss Dawn, and her word is Earl, meaning cooking oil, motor oil. So Bush mechanic asked me to get some Earl. You take this away? Next we have Brady and Zane. Their word is rig up. Rig up means mix, match, clothing. Brady went to church looking very rig up. Zane says, I like to rig up. Awesome, let's give them an applause as they come along the stage. Coming to the stage we have Owen and Pride. Let's go, parents. Let's give them a round of applause. Their word is yours, meaning belonging to oneself. Owen says, that ain't mine, that's yours. Pride says, that ain't yours, that's mine. Awesome. Next we have Mila and Gabriella. Don't feel like dicty tonight. Their word is dicty, meaning prim and proper. Mila says she was very dicty. Gabriella says she was a dicty girl who always wore nice, clean dresses. Let's give them a round of applause. Next we have Chloe and Shiloh. Y'all feel that? Do y'all feel that? It's Brian. Meaning light or sprinkling rain. Shiloh said, oh Lord, it's crying outside. Chloe says, Nana said, we can only go outside and jump in the muddy puddles because it's only spraying. Let's give them a round of applause. Next up we have Ayanna and Lily. Their word is braggadocious, meaning a show-off, boastful. Ayanna says, I am Miss Braggadocious. I am sassy, unique, and the boss. Lily says, I don't mean to be braggadocious, but your costume will never shine as bright as mine. Nice try. Awesome, let's give them a round of applause. Coming to the stage next we have Benjamin and Landon. Benjamin's word is jack up. Jack up meaning messy or disordered. Benjamin says, today I look all jacked up. Let's give him a round of applause. No. Coming up next we have Tony and Manis. Their word is biggity, meaning bold and loud, rough and tough. Tony says, based on my attire, anyone could tell that I'm the biggity one. Manik says his biggity attitude got him fired from his job for telling off his boss. Awesome, let's go guys. Come on down, Manik, let's go. not Islam bound. Let's give them a round of applause. Next we have Zachary and Elisha. Their word is gunning, meaning a short ham. Zachary says, I look so dapper with my gunning pants. Elisha says she wore a pair of gunning pants at the party. Let's give them a round of applause. In a bag with hot sauce or your mousse. Kylie says, salty for sale, I am the salty queen, and I'm here to tell you, due to inflation, the price of salty has increased. Melody Senton says, the attitude of the Morton Salt Girl was very salty. Definitely not least, we have Tyler and Bailey. Their word is strong, meaning a child who gets their own way. Tyler says Timmy never appreciates anything in life because he grew up as a spoiled child. Bailey says, I had a rough day at school, so I told Dad to take me shopping. You know, I spurred. Let's give them a round of applause. Alrighty, parents, if you think we're off to a great start, let me hear you say, whoa. Awesome job. Let's give it up for grades 1 and 2 once again.
Mature!
Yes, Mom!
You hear me calling you?
Yes, Mom!
But why you ain't come?
I'm coming!
I can send my dog at you.
I don't care!
I can send my cat at you.
I don't care!
I can send my Robbie at you.
I don't care!
Who learned you that manners?
You!
Who learned you that manners?
You!
I can come for you. You better run.
Now, in true Bahamian fashion, I'll tell you good night, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Good night, good night, good night. All right, so I am your second host, Barabi, and I will be introducing grade 3. Okay, up first, we have Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie's word is tingum, as something. Her sentence is, tingum in the bush, ain't got no name. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Carrie. Up on our stage next is Stafford and Portland. Their word is directly. Directly means soon. Stafford says, I told my mom I will wash the dishes directly. Cortland says, Cortland, when you going to bed? Soon directly, mommy. Get it, Congratulations. Beautiful, beautiful. I just want to say socks to the belly. Up next, we have Ayo and Layla. Their word is skylarking. This means fooling around or not serious. Now parents, I want to hear some screaming with these children. Ayo says, look, it's Goofy. He's always skylarking. Layla says, a court jester normally is skylarking. Skylark. Ooh, I love this now. Nice, nice. Up next, we have Cadence and Dallas. Their word is fire engine, corned beef and white rice. Cadence said, I love when my mom cooks me a pot of fire engine. Sometimes she adds sweet corn. Yeah. Now we will have grade 4. For grade 4, up first, we have Jakai and Ethan. Their word is total, taking excessive from a common function. Now I know you all like that one. Jakai says, I was the biggest soda at my honey party. And Ethan says, when the soda come to your party, you ain't gonna have nothing left. I like that. I need to do it. Hey, that bird. Up next, we have Jacob and Aria. Their word is children. Jacob says, them children stop talking so loud. Aria says, children love to play games like marbles, and more. Now, Jacob, what do you heard all the children in this basket? Jacob, you're dropping your baby. Can someone help Jacob with his churn? Up next, we have Selena and Kaya. Their word is brought up sweet. No training or manners. Selena says, boy, you have no brought up sweet, so fix yourself. Kaya says, the girl was rude to her parents. That's what my grandmother said. She has no brought up sweet. Brought up sweet. Ooh, what does that say? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Up next, we have Joseph and of applause for grade 3 and 4. Thank you.
Oh God, I get too old for this stuff. Mature. You hear me calling you?
Yes, Mom.
Well, why you ain't up?
I don't feel like coming.
I can send my dog at you.
I don't care.
I can send my cat at you.
I don't care.
I can send a boogie man for you.
I don't care.
Who learned you them, man? Who learned you them, man? Good evening. Let's prepare for grades 5 and 6 with their words. First coming up. Is Miss Pete. Her word is junglist. Loud and boisterous. Don't bet me before I let the junglist out. Next up we have Kennedy and Ramia. Their word is tinsy. Materialistic, desire what other people have. Kennedy says, I like perfume. Chanel, Lamborghini, I'm so tinsy. Ramia says, return today, tinsy bad boy. Next up we have Raj and Ayana. Their word is diving for count. Raj, boy, let's go diving for count. Ayana says, hey, why you is be diving for count in class? Let's give them a round of applause. Next up we have Caitlin and Brody. Their phrase is dying mine. Caitlin says, Mrs. Apples gave me a paper with no name but had a cross on it. But I know dying mine. Brody says, do you see the color of that baby? Dying mine. Next up we have Charlotte and Gabriel. Their word is sculling. Dance, rolling of a boat. Charlotte, my grandmother and her friends sculling on her 79th birthday. Gabriel, I can't wait for the next holiday. My dad and I are going sculling. Give them a round of applause. At this moment, I want to remind everybody there is a lovely treat at the tuck shop. Go ahead and go to the back and support the PTA. Don't forget before you leave. Our next group coming up is McKenna and Kanan. Their word is wife. Greeting. What's up? What is going on? Kanan. Hey, what's your wife? That's a wife. Listen, I don't want to know what your wife is, you know. That's why. Let's give Kanan a round of applause. Next we have Jazz and Kevin. Their word is bring them back. The sound and action of something falling very quick with force. Jazz, when walking down the stairs, I felt ahead and went Brigham and Brown. Brigham and Brown was the sound he heard as Toby fell down the stairs. Let's give him a round of applause. Great job. Next up we have Brielle and Galveston. Their word is licking. Punished or defeated badly. Brielle says, I pray I don't get a royal licking for playing with my mom's makeup. Galveston says, little girl, if you keep this up, you're gonna get a good licking. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. The applause coming. Next up we have Megan and William. Their word is spirit. Ghost or spirit. Megan says, you won't believe it. A spirit chased my mom all through the house. And William says, look, do you see the spirit wandering around aimlessly? Give them a round of applause. Next we have Zoe and Kaden. Their word is muddles. Something surprising or unbelievable. Zoe says, the muddles, I forget my keys. Kaden says, well, muddles, I forget my computer at home. Up there amongst the stars, see you in heaven, playing your guitar. Excellent. You were so gifted, your brothers couldn't sing. Now let's keep the applause up as grade 6 comes, led by Miss Snow. Her word is Lewy. Let's go, Charles. You're Lewy too. Charles, do you hear the Sunday having 50% off sale on independent shirts? Let me go down there before we miss it. Next up we have Kaz and Marielena. Their words are Bolo and Tira. Me and my Bolo going to the beach on Sunday. I'm the most stylish person in my family since I'm the Tita. Bolo and Tira. Give them a round of applause. Next up we have Ashley and Joshua Edwards. Their word is liking. To admire someone greatly. Ashley says, Ashley is really liking this Bahamian music. Joshua, I am liking this Bahamian food. Like it. Next up we have Willow and Chloe. Their word is whop. To hit fast and with a great force. Willow says the fly kept buzzing in my ear until what? I hit it with my shoe. Chloe says after Chloe's brother took her camera, she gave him one whack. Next up we have Maya and Zara. Their words are this and that. Look at this. Ain't that a pretty flamingo? No. Look at that. It's a beautiful Bahamian pirate. This and that. Next we have Michael and Matthias. Their word is teeth. Don't let me catch $1.50 hanging around. Cause I can teeth it and buy me one hot party. Watch out, he trying to teach the announcers stand by. Next we have Kaj and Amaya. Their word is hot cake. Burnt rice, mixed breed dog. Kaj says, while I was making rice, I burnt it. All I had left was hot cake. Amaya, Kelly is one biggity hot cake. She beat up all them other dogs. Next we have Stephen and Kaden. Their word is pop up, to crash into something. I was texting and driving, then bam! I pop up into a cube. You wouldn't believe someone just pop up into me. Excellent, give them a round of applause. Next we have John and Joshua. Their word is poking. This boy is always poking in people's business. This poking rap popped out of nowhere. Poking. Let's give it a round of applause for grades 5 and 6 and all the students of Genesis, and we also want to applaud you parents for the great job that you have done in representing the words that were given to you. We're coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give a grand applause for each and every child and each and every parent. As we prepare to exit, we want to remind you to take the chairs that are folded and just fold them together and push them off to the side. We want to thank you for coming out, and we want to remind you, please support the PTA with the snacks that they have tonight.
I saw a sugar on the other night, Lord, it was drunk and I had the night, if they had two foot and the head was bald. I saw a woman on the other night, with God, the woman on his own at night, Lord, it was...
Yes, man. You remember when we tomorrow night for supper we'll be having crab and grits. Do you remember? Yes, I remember, yeah. Do you remember how it used to be? Remember the old days, them good old happy days. If you remember, then come follow me. You remember when they used to have big dance in the bite all night, knocking the conch style and jamming rake and scrape until the morning light. You remember when we used to sit by the fire telling old stories? Mosquito they biting, but they ain't biting we 'cause it's too smoky. Yeah, man, you remember when Mama used to bake them bread in the rock oven? 'Cause our bread's so sweet, and she used to bake them in banana leaf. Every Saturday morning, it's the fish and potato bread. On Sunday, everyone in church shouting, "Gone to bed." Do you remember? Yes, I remember, yeah. Do you remember how it used to be? Remember the old days, them good old happy days. If you remember, then come follow me. Do you remember? Yes, I remember, yeah. Do you remember how it used to be? Remember the old days, them good old happy days. If you remember, then come follow me.
Remember when we used to go to the park and play horsey?